Hello, my name is Charles Powell and I'm the director of the Elcano Royal Institute, and I'm joined today by Marcin Zaborowski, who is the director of the Polish Institute of International Affairs. Our two institutes have organized a one-day seminar on what Spain and Poland can do together in the European Union. And I would like to ask my good friend and colleague about Poland's vision of what's happening in Ukraine and what Putin and the Putin regime are up to in Russia.
Well, thank you, Charles, and thank you for having me here. And I very much enjoy this opportunity to discuss strategic European issues between Polish and Spanish colleagues together. I think it's a great occasion, and we're doing for the third time. Now, as regards your question, Poland, because of where it is, meaning sharing the longest border with Ukraine, and also much, not very long, but still it shares a border with the Russian Federation in the Kaliningrad region. We feel very exposed. We feel very exposed to the developments in Ukraine and the crisis in the relationship between Ukraine and Russia. And, it's a very worrisome developments also from the global point of view. Because like in the 1990s and let's say, the first years of this century, Russia was always a very difficult partner, but it was a partner that respected certain rules, such as, sovereignty of other nations, such as non-violation of borders, non-interference in other nations' affairs. One might say that it never was perfect, but Russia and China have always had a consistent positions on this issue that borders are not to be violated and interference in affairs of another state shouldn't be taking place. So in some respect, Russia was an element of some kind of predictability and stability in the international system. Now this is all gone, because Russia invaded another country. It has annexed the territory of another country, and it is moving further. It has now annexed also, or is on the way to annex the territory of Donbas, which with the population of up to about 3 million, together with the population of Crimea, altogether is about 5-6 million of new population that Russia has acquired through that crisis, being evidently the element of instability that others are looking into and are drawing their lessons from that. It is, if the behavior of one of the global powers is becoming reckless, then other states are saying, well, maybe we should be doing the same thing.
And as a Pole and as the director of Poland's leading international relations think tank, when you visit a country like Spain, what would your message be to us, a Spanish think tank, and also to the Spanish authorities? How would you like us to be responding to what you have described as an existential challenge?
Well, what I have always treasured in my conversations with the Spanish colleagues was very deep attachment to the international law. And at the same time also deep attachment to the principle of state sovereignty. And that borders shouldn't be violated, and separatist movements shouldn't be supported. Everyone knows that Spain has its own issues on that particular question. So when Russia is is encouraging separatist movements, when it is breaking international law of various nature, it's breaking UN Charter, it's breaking its own Budapest Agreement. Is breaking a number of multilateral other treaties. When Spain is looking at that, I would expect of my Spanish colleagues to raise the case, to say that that this is wrongful behavior, which can increase instability in the global order.
Let me just ask you one final question, more broadly now. You and I have talked over the years about what Spain and Poland should be doing together, not only in the European Union, but above all in the European Union, in the EU, also NATO perhaps, and in the world more generally. What do you think, where do you think our energies would be best invested right now?
Well, I think that the issue where the Poles and the Spaniards seem to get on extremely well on, it's the European Union. And both Poles and Spaniards are supporters of deeper European integration. And of course, Spain is in the Eurozone, Poland is not. But I think that we should cooperate better in promoting more Europe and better Europe and more functional Europe. Also, Spain and Poland have surprisingly compatible interests in the energy policy. Because Spain has an oversupply of energy thanks to the solar, windmill, but also LNG terminals that the previous governments have invested so heavily into. And Poland has undersupply of energy. Poland is hugely dependent on energy from one source, meaning from Russia, in the same way as the Baltic states and other countries in the former Soviet bloc. And we would like to diversify. Hence our former Prime Minister and currently the President of the EU Council, Donald Tusk, has proposed the idea of energy union, whereby there could be, through this set of interconnectors, Spanish energy could reach not only to France, but could even reach as far as to Poland. So the more integrated energy market is something that both, for different reasons, but it is something which is in Spain's interest, because it could, sell its energy, and it's also in the interest like Poland and the others who don't have energy and who need it.
That's very interesting. I think the whole issue of energy interconnections will probably be the defining aspect of Spain's EU policy in the next decade or so to come. So that proves that we have a lot of things that we can continue to work on in future, and I hope that PISM and Elcano will find lots of opportunities to continue to discuss these issues.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you.